What's going on, guys? Last Scout Survival, doing a late night live and talking about America is collapsing, on the verge of collapse, unless we take some very drastic steps to turn it around. Obviously, 2020 was bad, lockdowns, people losing their businesses, um, people dying. I mean, you name it, bad stuff. 2020. 2021, the snowball kept rolling, and inflation. Biden taking office, Afghanistan. Now we have this Ukraine and Russia, which is just pretty much a war between us and China being played on this battlefield here. But believe me, it's going to get way worse. It's going to get way worse. This $4, a gallon of gas and stuff like that, $6 in some places. It's only going to get worse. And this isn't fear mongering. This is real talk. Like things are going to get way worse before they get better. Um, we've got 3 years with Joe Biden left, maybe. But what we're going to see is what I believe, is going to be an economic collapse. And there's a reason because of things that have been taking place this week. Russia and China will more than likely be the superpowers. And this will probably be the worst news that any of us could ever hear. And this came out earlier this week. And I mean, this is life altering. This will change your standard of living, completely rearrange all of our lives. And what it boils down to is that Saudi Arabia is considering accepting Chinese yuan, their currency, instead of American dollars for oil sales to China. if this um, if this happens, it has the possibility of collapsing the U.S. dollar. Okay, China and Russia. I don't know if you remember this. I've talked about it in videos maybe a year and a half ago that they were talking about doing this, and just people just didn't pay attention to it. Our politicians, no one paid attention to it. Didn't bother it. I was talking about it. I got told I was fear mongering, but here we are now. Here we are. Nobody else took it serious. The U.S. dollar has been the world's reserve currency since World War II. After World War II, the world essentially agreed that America was a superpower and that we would use it as the world currency. This gives us lots of benefit. Obviously, everyone trading in it. Our value of the dollar stays strong. People borrow in it. We can borrow, and stuff like that. Other countries, if this happens, they may start trading in other currencies, which will obviously dramatically drop the U.S. dollar. Some predictions say that the dollar would drop by 80% if this happens. 80%. Right now, you're seeing 7 to 8% inflation, and people are, crying. Imagine that times 80. So dropping by 80%. You'll be taking $100 bill in the grocery store to try to buy a gallon of milk, you know, and a loaf of bread. That's what it'll come to, right? You'll go into the grocery store and spend $5,000. What if you don't have $5,000? You're not going to eat, right? And make no mistake, this is 100% Joe Biden's fault. His weak leadership, the Afghanistan withdrawal debacle, the closing of the American oil pipelines, our own reserves, not using those, and becoming Russian oil dependent, and essentially making them rich, And what that did was empower Putin and Russia to invade Ukraine. So make no mistake that these Ukrainians that are being killed are a direct result of Joe Biden. He is the reason why these people in Ukraine are getting killed because they saw weakness. They saw that we were going to be dependent on them for oil. And what can you do? Putin probably said, well, they can't leave us because they need our oil, right? They shut down their own. So made them feel powerful. And then now in turn, they're putting these sanctions on him in Russia, making hurt our, obviously causing gas to go up, food to go up, pretty much everything you buy to go up. And then but what could happen next is then Russia says they won't except the American dollar, which they most likely will. And essentially, no one will be trading in American dollars, which will make our money completely worthless. You know, we our politicians hoard out America to the rest of the world, so we don't really make anything within our own country, you know. And the things we do is very limited, not enough to sustain the populace here. People in charge of America, and this just isn't even politicians. And this, you can't even say this is all Joe Biden's fault. This is a lot of people's fault. It's politicians, bureaucrats, actors, athletes, rich, business owners. They hate America. They hate the structure of it. The reason why is because they want to get rich. That is the reason why they do what they do. You know, think about Darrell Brooks, the Waukesha incident that killed 6 people, one of them being an 8-year-old boy. You don't hear about that anymore, do you? You probably hadn't heard it, so I brought it up, right? But you still hear about George Floyd. Um, they let a man out with a violent rap sheet, and he went and killed more innocent people and a little boy named Jackson. Most of you probably don't even know his name, but you know George Floyd's name, right? They did this in the name of equity. Equity has been redefined as not everyone being treated the same. That's not what it means. No, no, no. Equity is now that you get the same outcome no matter how much work you put in, how much effort you put in. So it doesn't matter. You don't have to work hard. We want you to have the same outcome as people who do work hard. Well, that's not how America was built, and that's not how it was going to work, right? Um, this equity and inclusion nonsense, it creates divisiveness. It doesn't create unity at all. Um, CRT creates anger. Wally Coyote, thanks, man. Yeah, we're going to talk about physical assets and things like that closer to the end. CRT creates more racism than it does healing. So, what are politicians, bureaucrats, media, people on TV? All they're doing is trying to destroy America every day, day in and day out. It's destructiveness, and it won't. We won't work through any of this. We cannot continue down this route of this BS progressive nonsense that literally doesn't help anything. It does not unify at all. It creates hate, anger, and division. It also creates a victimhood mentality. I can't be X, Y, and Z because this country's racist. So I won't try and I'm just going to complain and be mad about it. I'm going to say I'm a victim. Victim mentality. They're doing that to people, young people. They're training them in schools to be a victim. I'm a victim, and I should hate you because the color of your skin. Um, Progressiveness destroys. It destroys the country. Thanks, Big Melvin. And it's even entering into the Republicans. Look at PragerU this week. I don't know if you guys know PragerU, but PragerU were congratulating 2 dudes that were having a female have their baby. I'm not for that, but they were congratulating them. And this is the Republican. They're even becoming woke themselves. Republicans are becoming woke daily. Um, they're moving because they're thinking, I got to get my votes, right? Because that's what this is all about. But I mean, it's like, telling kids or whatever, you can be whatever you want to be, you can choose. Um, that causes confusion. And that's what all this is a lot of confusion. Politicians on both sides are more concerned about lining their bank accounts. Like I said, again, like no matter who they whore America out to, they don't care. They're doing it to get votes. They're wanting to appeal to people. Oh yeah, man. You know, they're trying to create it from a very young age to have this progressive, voter from an early age, and to remain in power to make more money and their families to make more money. Why do you think you see so many descendants, family members going into politics? Because I know it's an easy way to get rich. Because when you're in power, you can control how you can make money, right? It's easy work. Meanwhile, all of us out here are pawns. Um, but if we lose being the superpower, the world will be less stable. When and if, I shouldn't even say if, when the others take charge. They don't have the same beliefs we do. Russia, China, North Korea, none of these people have the same beliefs we do. We have the Constitution. We have the Constitution. It protects human rights if we live by it, right? Russia and China won't care about human rights. They don't care about them now. We've lost our morality. You know, we've lost it. A lot of that's to blame because people getting away from Christ. No question about it. Americans do whatever they're told. They see the media and they do whatever they're told. They put the mask on. They you know, don't go on vacations. They don't go out to eat. They put black squares on the Instagram account. Um, taking the vaccines, things like that. You know, now let's send millions of dollars to Ukraine that we don't have. We just wrote a fake check for $1 trillion, right? They lost $1 trillion during the lockdown. Now it's like, let's go over and fight. You know, I mean, Americans going over there and fight. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Answer this in the comments. Did America care when Russia invaded Ukraine when Obama was president? No. No, you didn't see all these people on Instagram. You didn't see people painting their bodies, wearing Ukraine shirts, flags, watch straps, whatever it is. You didn't see any of that. We turn a blind eye to these atrocities, you know, around the world. And hell, we even take part in it a lot of times. Um, and I say we, the evil politicians that get elected into office and stay there for some reason, maybe because they have a R by their name, because they have a Republican by their name, or Democrat, whatever, whoever you vote for. Um, we cut Russia off from the world because of these things, right? But what have we done to the CCP, Communist China Chinese Party, for the virus that killed millions? Hadn't done anything. We won't even talk about it. When they threatened nuclear warfare with us for even investigating it, we stopped and we shut up about it. And if you don't know that, go Google it. China threatened to nuke the U.S. if we kept investigating. Why? Because they know they unleash us to the world. It's like America First was called nationalism. Like that's something bad. America should be first in our own eyes, right? When did patriotism become evil? When did you become a terrorist because you cared about what your kids were taught in school? I mean, this is crazy. You know, it's mind blowing. And the only people that right now that's being punished by this are probably Joe Biden voters. I mean, for the most part, you know, they're probably getting hit very hard. You know, because the Democrat Party tries to appeal to lower income families, right? Working class people, lower income, are getting punished the most with these higher gas and food prices. Not Putin. Putin doesn't care. He's rich, and all his buddies are rich too. All the old oligarchs that he's in bed with. Biden doesn't care. Do you think LeBron James cares that you're paying $6 a gallon of gas? He doesn't care. $3 a gallon for a gallon for a gallon of milk. He doesn't care. He'll tweet something about it. He'll post up a Ukraine flag, but he doesn't care about you, not the working class, lower income American, right? None of them do. Conservatives are being called racist and terrorists and all these sort of things. You're a conspiracy theorist if you even question mainstream media. Hell, you may even lose your job because of the way you think. Son of man, child of God, thank you, man. But what it requires right now is to have a spine and stand up to the nonsense. Don't don't just sit around and complain, you know, stand up. When people do stand up, support those people, right? Because this is why people don't stand up. Is because they get torn down and no one backs them. You can't bend just because you're a free thinker, right? And just because someone says they're Republican does not mean they're a conservative or they have the same moral values as you do. They could just be running as it to get a vote. You know, but you have to stand up for one another. So when you see somebody getting attacked online for something they say, you go support that individual. If you see them on the street, you support those individuals, you support those companies, you support companies that put their neck on the line, you know? Do you think it's smart for me to be even making these kind of videos for my company? It's not a smart thing. It's not a good business move. It's probably the dumbest move. If I was to go ask Shark Tank and I said, "Hey guys, do you think me making politically laced morality videos on what you should be doing is a smart move for my business?" They'd say, "No, no, you're an idiot." So you got to help people that do stick their neck on the line. Um, and again, you're going to start seeing the line, I think, blur a lot more with Republicans. You're going to start seeing them bend and change, trying to appeal more to the progressiveness because they want to get votes. They want to stay in power. They don't want to lose. So I think you're going to see that. You've already seen it. I've seen it in the industry I'm in. You know, but one thing is, I know I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid about it. I'm not afraid of any of it. I know God is sovereign, and I knew without a doubt whenever I seen all the things that's taught in the Bible, those ideas being persecuted. Son of man, thank you, brother. Thank you again. When I see those ideals that are taught in the Bible being persecuted every day around the globe, the epitome of everything the progressive pushes is opposite of what the Bible teaches. Is when I knew I was right. I was on the right path because everything in the world is going away from that. That's when I knew I was right. Right. So, and there's no question. Um, but some advice. I don't want to keep you too long tonight. How long has this video even been? I'm gonna give some advice because I feel like this is like a Debbie Downer thing, but don't be. We will beat this. We just got to outlast it. That's the thing. We got to outlast it. So there's enough of our America, our forefathers. I feel like there's enough people here that we're going to make it through this. Right? Our forefathers were Christians too. Right? They did what they did, and they succeeded. Right? In overwhelming odds. So while your money is worth more, stock up on things you would need to survive. Um, Obviously, foods, medical stuff. If you've got some kind of illness, that you need medication for, obviously get that. If your kids, you have diapers, formula, things like that, you need it. I mean, there's already a formula shortage if you don't know, um, and a lot of it's been recalled because it's actually killing babies. So prepare, and not just monetary stuff. We're going to go into some other things, but I do have a kit I'm working on for nutrient survival. I think it's coming out 2 weeks from now. That's like a grab and go kit of just food and stuff. So be on the lookout for that. I'll give you guys a massive discount. My followers, my late night live followers. I won't tell everyone. I'll just tell my late night lives. But canned goods, things like that. When you go to the grocery store, prepare, learn skills, learn how to fix things. Everything's so disposable here in America. We just toss things. Learn things. Learn, meet other people, learn your local farmers, craftsmen, etc., your local network, and organize. Find people that's like-minded. And people always ask me in the comments, how do I find people? I don't know anybody. First place go is to a Protestant church. You're going to immediately meet a lot of, it's going to be instant network with a lot of like-minded people, and more than likely you're going to find a lot of craftsmen, local farmers, and things like that. Especially at mine, I know that's how it is at mine. So that's a good place to start. Um, the other thing is that we have to elect the right people. They want you to believe that your vote doesn't count. They want you to believe that. They want you to believe that all elections are rigged. Some probably are, not all. Your vote will count, and we've got to elect the right people. We've elected the wrong people for far too long, plain and simple. We can't vote just because somebody has an R by their name. We have to vote based on what that person is willing to do. And if they're really for America, if they're really for your state and these sort of things. John Farrell, thank you, brother. Heston Schuler, appreciate it. But we've got to get it turned around. Coming to the midterms, we definitely got to do that. Start organizing now. Start getting out and learning about who these people are. People just vote because of the Republican thing. Look at Lindsey Graham. He's one of the worst. So don't just vote based off of being a Republican. Go learn what these people are about. You know, push back on harmful and wrong things, like such as schools, CRT, progressiveness, supporting companies that are known that send money for evil. You know, the biggest thing I see is stop fighting amongst ourselves. The other day, I had a lot of people like about my soy video, like people that I thought were conservative. Like, I think they were conservatives, pretty sure, because they've been followers for quite a while, would attack me because of something I said about eating. Oh, you know, just arguing about something so stupid. I'm unfollowing or whatever. So stop fighting. I see Republicans or conservatives or whatever you want to call yourselves fighting more than I see leftists fighting. It's ridiculous. No wonder we lost hard, you know, in 2020. So take up for each other, work to protect each other, and like just stop fighting. Stop fighting each other. People that are like-minded don't attack those people. Never. If you have some kind of anger towards someone that you know that has the like-minded, that's more of a you issue and not that other person issue. It's you. You got some kind of insecurity you need to work on, right? You shouldn't just hate someone that you don't even know, right? Yeah, soy. So Max, yeah, soy is bad for you if you're a man, and you need to watch my video I did the other day. Yeah, everybody hit that like button for me, please. Um, Yeah, so like Ray Stewart says right here, by saying not worth voting, it means the left is won, no doubt. Yeah, so this person says something. I'm sorry, I missed your name, but you're saying that it takes like just a quick second to get angry, um, and people will lash out. If you just wait even 10 minutes, you'll probably get over it. What does the Bible say? The scripture that is, slow to, you know, quick to listen, slow to speak. What do you think? You got two ears and one mouth, right? You should listen. Um, Substance 3, appreciate it. Yeah, so Maria, one of our tribe members, thank you always for your support. Lindsey Graham is definitely compromised. He's a compromised individual, and there's lots of compromise, quote unquote, conservatives out there and conservative groups out there. You have to be very careful of these things. Whenever you see this progressive woke culture coming into whatever it is you're part of, you have to pull back from that. Don't take any part in that. Hey, Canal, thank you, man. And Annette, I can't pronounce the last name. Sorry, Dragic, maybe. Thank you. Yeah, you should listen twice as much as you speak, right? I definitely do appreciate. Yeah, even the Proud Boys were even agents, and I remember when I said that. I remember when I said that. I said that long before that even came out. I said somebody asked me what I thought about the Proud Boys. I said they're probably freaking FBI agents. Comes out they were. Lost a ton of followers just that day from saying that. Quit being so quick to follow every freaking sense you find, right? Quit everything you smell, you start following. Quit doing that. Like learn to stop and be slow and listen to things, right? LAPD SWAT, thank you, man. He's asking me, do I think the military political entity would remove the current administration? Far fetched, but so yeah, it has happened in other countries, military coups. Do I think what happened here in America? No, not in any part of the near future. It'd be very far off. Like things have to get much worse and much more volatile for those sort of things happen. If you look around the world, these you see people at different levels of breakdown. They all follow the same pattern. Even the CIA did an investigation about America, and like we're on they have a scale for these sort of things, 1 to 10 on if you're going to go into like a civil breakdown, like civil war, just falling apart. We're like at a 5, okay, out of 10. We're normally at an 8, we're at a 5. So we'd have to be at like a 2 for something like that to happen. But guys, learn your local area, your local people. That is going to be your best bet. Local, like-minded people. And listen, if you're not like I know a lot of people, a lot of my followers, they may not be Christians. That's fine. Just go to church. You'll meet like-minded people. They're going to have the same values as you. They're going to think the same way. A lot of my buddies from church, we shoot guns together. We do all these things together. So that's going to be that's what I'm saying. You're going to find a group of people, and you're going to have a community. These people do anything for you. They're people to hang out with. So boom, instant network. And stay away from the soy. People keep saying the soy. Go watch my soy video if you had not. I think it got shadow banned. Let me even see real quick. I think that one got shadow banned. And are you watching my shorts? Please go watch my shorts, man. I really wanna. Yeah, yeah. I think that the soy one has got shadow banned. It's China is winning is the name of it. Anyway, yeah, watch my shorts. Sorry, country accent. Shorts. They're 60-second videos we put out every Wednesday. Make sure you watch them. They help the algorithm and all those sort of things. But the biggest thing is I love doing them. I think they're fun. I used to do nothing but survival tactical videos on this channel. That's all I ever did. Never did anything like this till 2 years ago. Never would touch this topic, right? Because it's bad business. Everybody knows that. So I what do they say? Don't talk about politics, religion, and what else is it? And I'm doing it all, right? So I used to only do survival tactical videos. We did long, drawn out ones. It just gets boring to draw it out. So 60 seconds is fun, quick, and you can learn a lot of stuff real quick. Spend an hour, you're going to learn all kinds of survival stuff. You're going to learn tons of stuff. And they're 60 seconds. So if you want to screen record something to go train it yourself, because I can't be there with you training you, you can go train it, so screen record it and then you got it, right? Somebody just commented on something that really made me think about something. Dang, I just lost it though. Said something about the Federal Reserve. There was one other topic I wanted to touch on and it made me spark into that, but I actually forgot. Yeah, so the shorts are for short attention spans. Everybody's headed that way though. I'm surprised a lot of you guys are even still here 28 minutes in. I do appreciate your support though. Yeah, what Federal Reserve is exactly the point. I mean, gold is always an option, but the thing is, like, if you get investing in gold, like, who are you going? Like, you can't eat gold, man. So if we got into such an economic decline, it'd be hard. The only way that would work is if someone had a you know ton of food or something that you needed, commodities per se, and they wanted to trade for gold, but this person would then have to transport that gold, which is very, very heavy, to another country so they could use their wealth because essentially you can't eat gold. Wealthy people will be people with food and abilities to grow food. What did Negan say? People are assets, right? Food, medical skills, exactly. All right, guys. Well, I do appreciate it, man. Like I said, I developed that kit. Should be coming out in the next 2 weeks. So it's a grab and go. I'm not even saying to wait for that. Go ahead and start buying food now. I will give you guys a good discount on it. I mean, I'll be sold through them, but I've already told them that we're going to get a discount going for my late night live guys. but get canned foods and things like that, your own food. So, I mean, and if you got chickens and learn how to grow food, man. Even if you have a small place, like let's say you live in an apartment, right? I've lived in an apartment before, and you got a balcony or something. Go get some do a potted garden, and you can Google that, find it. That's what I did. I grew stuff on a patio in pots, mainly just so I wouldn't have to eat all the chemical infested vegetables that's out there. But learn these skills, man. And if you think about, like, if you go even look and see what were the biggest items during the Great Depression, things like rice, flour, cornmeal, coffee, um, and beans, and did I already say rice? If I didn't, rice again. Those sort of things. Those things would be huge, especially when you're looking at some kind of currency. So, anyhow, guys, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment on the video once it posts, and write these things down, work on them. And if you think of anything else, drop a comment. Go get your networks going, man. Anyhow, guys, make sure you stay strapped, frosty, and dangerous. Take care.